Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So, today I want to talk about wasting time. And I want to really ask you, is there such a thing as wasting time? Now, from my perspective, I am a very achievement oriented person. So, what I mean by that, if I get to the end of the day and I just haven't really achieved a whole lot or accomplished a whole lot, I a lot of times feel like I wasted a day. I mean, and in leadership, unfortunately, there's a lot of things that come up that pull you away from what you had planned to do. And when that happens, you go down rabbit trails, you put out a lot of fires. And at the end of the day, you look at your to-do list and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't get nothing done. And to me, it's kind of demotivating in a way because, like I said, I'm an achievement-oriented person. All right. My need for achievement is the top of the McClellan's three needs of need for achievement, need for affiliation, and need for power. So my greatest need is achievement. And if I don't get it done, I'll find myself at the end of the day saying, man, I wasted a day. Well, the other day, somebody brought up to me when I said that, I said, man, I just wasted all this time this morning. And somebody said, well, what were you doing during that time? And I started listing off all the things that I had done during that time that I said I had wasted. And they said, did you just hear all that you said? And I kind of smirked a little bit and said, yeah, but that stuff wasn't on my list. It wasn't on my to-do list in the beginning of the day. And, that's one thing that's really difficult for leaders to adjust to because our to-do list sometimes does not get looked at the entire day because people are constantly coming to us to help them out with projects, to make decisions, to sign paperwork, to brainstorm ideas with them, to go to meetings. And, it's just a part of what goes along with leadership, or so they say. I don't necessarily think it needs to be that way. I think we can grab the bull by the horns and take better control over our time. And I think the more empowered the people are, or our people or our team members, the less likely that they're going to be to come to us to help them out or to help them decide what to do or even to sign things. Give them the power to sign things if you can. There's some things that just can't be delegated, can't be empowered. So, of course, some things like that you have to keep, but you can also put an inbox on your desk and at a certain time of the day, go there and sign the stuff that needs to be signed or review the stuff that needs to be reviewed. Because if we stop for every person that wants to talk to us about something, man, at the end of the day, we just don't get a whole lot done. So when that person brought up to me and asked me all the things that I got done during that day when I said I had wasted the whole morning, it made me think about the time that I spent with those people and or doing the things that had to be done. That wasn't necessarily wasted time. It seemed like wasted time to me because I hadn't planned on doing it. And when you have your own business or when you lead your own company or you lead your own team, that just happens. It goes with the lay of the land. And it can be frustrating at times. And it can seem like we are wasting time. But remember, if we stop doing what we're doing and we give time to somebody who really needs our time, it means the world to them. We may get ticked off because it pulled us away from some of the things that we were doing. But at the end of the day, we just got to remember to keep our priorities straight. And as a leader, the biggest thing is to know yourself, okay? Know your tendencies. And if you think you're wasting time a lot, well, why are you wasting that time? Why do you think you're wasting that time? So the biggest thing on knowing yourself as a leader, all right, self-awareness is by far and above the most important thing for any leaders to do. It always starts there. Once you know yourself, then the next important thing is to know your people. And you're going to know if you have to stop if you see that person right outside your office, and you're going to know whether or not you could just tell them to come back in 30 minutes or come back in an hour. Some people you have to stop for. Some people you don't. Some people you can empower. Some people you can't. But it's up to you. If you don't know your people, you're never going to know who those people are that you can empower to do the things that need to be done. And that's what growth is all about. You see, self-awareness, that's all about growing, because every little thing that you get to know about yourself, that's growth. And believe me, there's nobody out there that knows everything about themselves. Everybody has blind spots. And if you've been listening for a long time, you know you've heard me talk about blind spots before. But everybody has blind spots. The least amount of blind spots we have, the better. But that's where self-awareness comes in. That's where the continuously learning and becoming more self-aware of you and your tendencies and what motivates you, what drives you, what demotivates you, all of that comes into play. And somebody asked me last week if that changes over time. And I would say absolutely it changes all the time. What motivates me today is not what motivated me 15 years ago when I was in the prime time part of my Air Force career. What motivates me today is drastically different. And as you progress in your career, as you become a more seasoned leader, your priorities may change. What motivates you will change. And what drives you is definitely going to change. But the whole key is to get to know yourself. Wasting time isn't necessarily wasting time. It's just your perspective of that time. And if you really believe with all your heart and soul and mind that you have wasted time and you've wasted a day, well, you're going to get down on yourself. And truthfully, I've done that a lot, and it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help me, and it doesn't help the people around me. But I can embrace what I did accomplish that day and say, you know what? I didn't get my to-do list done. However, I did do this, and this. And it was extremely important for the people who I helped. And I spent that time with, and it wasn't wasted. Because when it comes right down to it, I don't think there is such thing as wasting time. And that includes just going home at night and flopping on your couch and binge watching something on Netflix. That's not wasted time per se. You probably needed the break. You probably needed to unwind and just watch something that's going to take your mind off of certain things or just help you relax. So no matter what it is, we choose how to spend our time. We choose to binge watch TV. We choose to read a book all night. We choose to talk on the phone or have a conversation with our spouse or our kids or whatever it is. We are choosing that. And just really think about that. If you have said or if you have thought that you've wasted your time, rethink that and tell yourself, you know what? It's not wasted time because I did this, or this, and I did exactly what I wanted to do. Hey, that's it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend and come back Monday for a brand new episode. I think we're going to talk about time blindness. Now, this is an issue that a lot of people have, including myself. And as I've learned this, it's helping me out quite a bit. And I think it'll help a lot of you out too. Hey, that's it. And have an enjoyable weekend. And until Monday, run to your challenges. We'll see you.